Welcome back to Radical Connections TV.
Good afternoon,
Hello,
everyone.
guys.
Here we are.
Yes. Happy Wednesday once again. And we're excited to share something with you that's been on our hearts. And Jesse has a lot to share and deliver with you today.
And this goes deep into comes deep from my heart because we've been married almost 2 years, and
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years,
Wow.
and we've been married long enough to recognize that the things that would drive most couples apart, and that has not been the case for us.
Mhm.
Praise God, thanks to mentors that taught us the tools we need to
Yeah.
apply. We ourselves are a work in progress and growing, learning, and developing, and choose to remain humble, coachable, and teachable, and hungry to learn and grow. But then we choose to pass it on. So we're not above meeting, teaching, and coaching and training ourselves. We are actively, have been ever since we got married, plugged into people that are ahead of us.
Yeah.
But then we recognize that in the flow of life, we pass on that which we are developing, and that's how we continue the cycle of blessing and the cycle of life.
Mhm.
And we're more blessed to give than we are to receive, and we become better receivers if we give, and we become better givers if we receive. So
Right.
that was off the cuff, unplanned on what I wanted to share. But today I was pondering on why some people say no and some people say yes to our offer when we reach out and say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do. Is this an area you need help with?
Mm-hmm.
And the question is specific to make a distinction between those that are ready, hungry, coachable, teachable, and have come to the end of themselves and recognize that, what? Something's not working. I want to fast track my process to save time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, spending years trying to figure it out on your own, you can literally just plug into people that have already spent the time gathering the information and put a system, structure, and a strategy into place that can save you years of frustration in trying to find out who's the right one and identifying that soulmate, whether you're a man or guy or girl, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I'll share my heart, and now I want to pass it on to my queen and my bride, Edina here.
Yeah.
I love you, by the way.
I love you.
Anyhow, so moving on.
Sorry, getting distracted here.
We've reached out to thousands upon thousands of people already with a simple message script, and telling them who we are, what we do, and asking them the question, do you want to know more about this? Is this something you need help with? And 99% of them say no. I'd say maybe 1%, one out of every 100 say, yeah, I've been looking for this, help. And, we get in contact and connect with them. And of those, I'd say about half of those we actually get in touch with and actually communicate, have real communication with, end up plugging into what we do. And ultimately, either their marriage that they already have, some people are married already, their marriages start flourishing and exploding. And it's not because we have lots of experience in marriage. We don't actually, as far as time, we don't have a lot of years of marriage to fall back on. We can't say that we can speak from 50 years of marriage experience. I've seen 50-year marriages that were disastrous. My own grandpa, who is no longer alive, he passed away, married, 60 some years. And his marriage was a perfect example of what I would not want my marriage to be. There was like utter disconnect, and to the point where my grandma didn't even grieve when he passed. She showed no grief, no emotion, and she went on with her life after grandpa passed like nothing had happened. It was just like they were just roommates, and she was relieved that he was now out of her life, and now she can finally live her life. It was just awful, painful to see. And I'm like, wow. So marriage experience doesn't come with time. It comes by plugging into truth and applying it, and using application. Otherwise, if we have a bunch of information and we're not putting it into action, we're going to get puffed up with a bunch of knowledge that's useless because it's not working for you. And many of you that might listen to this video will be surprised to understand that it's very possible. This is very much a thing in our days. We're like so much information. We have so much information in our environment, but very little application. And that's why things are disastrous in so many relationships, in spite of there being an abundance of information out there. So it's not a lack of information.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a lot of information out there. Everything you need, you can get it for free by Googling.
Yeah.
But do you want to spend the time doing that? Maybe you do. Not everybody has the time to spend hours and hours and hours reading books and listening to messages and Googling this and Googling that and finding out how to. Or you can invest into somebody that has dedicated their entire life to getting the information needed that works, putting it into an order and a pattern and a system and a package that can then be delivered to somebody. Say, here, do this, and you relate. And I guarantee you, this will work. If it doesn't, I'll return your investment. And you just follow the steps, and boom, you have flourishing relationships.
Yeah.
That saves a lot of time, money, and energy. And that's what we do. We are here to save you time in finding that ideal spouse, the ideal match for you, learning how to connect deeply and communication skills needed. And whether single or married, we work with both marrieds and singles. So that's my heart. I want to communicate to you on, to inspire, just inspire one person listening to this video to reach out and connect. Hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
There's no risk to you and no expectations on you to say, hey, I'd like to know more about this and I have a few questions. We have a screening process, an interviewing process, and a qualification process to see who we want to work with.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we have something for all levels of commitment. So don't be afraid to reach out. We have anything from free all the way up to professional courses that are very much hands-on, and we're going to be working with you one-on-one even if you choose to go to that level. Yeah. Or, we just plug you into our free group. We have something for from there to here and various levels in between. No matter where you are in your journey, we got you. We're here for you, and it is our mission in life to bless you, reverse the divorce rate down to, ultimately, I'd love to see it at 0%, but at least less than it is. Prevent divorce by getting singles on the right track before they ever hit marriage, and then get hit with like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow. That's my soapbox spiel. So
that's good. That's good. You can tell my husband is super passionate about that. And guys, this doesn't have to be this hard. If you've been struggling most of your life looking for that person, preparing, doesn't know how to do it, you have some things that you need to overcome. So here are the things that we learned from the time that we've been singles and then plugged in and got married and now being part of this culture is that, first of all, when you have mentors or coaches, they're going to see some things in you that you're not able to see in yourself. They're going to call you out. They're going to help you to overcome certain things. They're going to bring you further, faster.
And help you speed up the process of working on yourself and working through stuff.
Correct. The second thing, accountability. A lot of times we waste our time doing things that we think are going to bring us results. And they don't, because we don't know how to take action on it. We've done it. We've done it so much. We exhausted our single years. 20 years maybe.
That we tried to figure it out on our own.
Yeah. I mean, we both got married when we were in our 40s already. So think of this. We spent so much time. We spent so much emotions and energy. Third, when you have a community, if someone's going through something, they overcoming, it's going to spill out on you. You're going to start seeing the results and be like, oh my gosh, I struggle with that too. Oh, wow, look at that. Yep, I got it. Okay, click, done. If you need to overcome something and other people can help you with that, it can go so much faster. So then you surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are walking towards the same goal, same thing that you're doing. And that's going to get you there faster because they're going to keep you accountable as well. And guys, we've seen so many results. It's crazy. It's like it gets like, one person gets sick, the rest of you get sick. Well, how about what this? One person gets married and the other one starts following because they see, oh my gosh, wait, that's possible? If I do this, this is possible? Wait, you've done, oh my gosh, seriously, it's that easy? And it is seriously that simple. We've seen so much change in so many people's lives. It's crazy. In 2 years, 2 years, two, okay? So you have no excuses. No excuses. Like Jesse said, we have content from anywhere from 0 to one-on-one mentorships. There's so much that you can learn so fast. Jesse and I, we learn things and start communicating, and within 5 months, we were married.
From our very first
conversation. 5 months. Some people much quicker than that. Other people longer than that. It depends on you and your timeline. But guess what? Preparation also, the things that we learned that prepared us to have this marriage that we have now. You know how many people ask us, oh my gosh, guys, how long have you been married? And then we say 2 years. They're like, wait, what? What do you mean? I thought you've been married for like 10, 15, 20 years maybe. Because you talk about like you're in your 40s. They see how we connect. And they're shocked to hear that we've been married only for not even 2 years yet. Not even 2 years.
It's actually 22 months to be exact.
Yeah, 2 more months we're going to be married, 2 years. And we grow every single time. We're still in the same community. We still follow those directions. Our coaches and mentors are amazing, incredible. They're always pushing us to level up. So we're not staying where we were a week ago. We're always growing and learning. And that's what we're here for you as well. We're going to help you, push you, make you uncomfortable, get you out of your comfort zone, and get you into where you need to be, want to be, and so desiring to be with that person, or if you're in a marriage, to have a beautiful marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So don't delay any longer. Say yes, click, message us, find us, and knock on our messengers, knock on our doors and say, I want to know more. Can I have that call with you? So that's our offer. The call is free, you guys. Just come and knock on our doors. Okay?
And a final comment to singles that are waiting on God. If you're waiting on God and you're old enough to be married, I have this to share with you. God is waiting on you because God's timing is always dependent upon you and your choices. Okay?
That's right.
And if you have things to work on before you're ready for that, that's exactly what we focus on. We work on you to get you to that point where you are ready. Okay, so there's a process, and we're with you in that process.
Yeah.
It's not about just boom getting you married and then okay, see how it goes for you. See you. Hope it works out. No. We stay with you. And for the marrieds that well, my spouse isn't going to be with me on this. Well, okay, you're still responsible for you. And that which you can take responsibility for spreads and is contagious in the good way.
Yeah.
And your spouse will take note and perk up like, hey, you're changing. What are you doing? Well, I want to do that too. So those are my closing thoughts. We've gone a little bit over time. Thank you so much
good,
for those of you that stuck to the end. We'll catch you next Wednesday. Bye.
Yes. Blessings. Bye.